I read a lot of books this month. Hi, my name is Tia. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, you already know what it is because you clicked on it, but it's my February wrap-up. I read 17 books, I think, in the month of February. That's wicked, because February only got 29 days. I have my iPad here because there are some books that I read from the library or just like the audiobook that I don't have anymore because I had to return them, but that's why I have this. So I kind of have my books like separated into like ratings. Just a quick rundown: 5, 4, 3, and 2. Luckily no 1 stars and a whole bunch of 5 stars this month, so I am so happy. Like, I have some new favorites. I do. Let's go in chronological order. Handy dandy iPad. So the first book I read was The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This book, I love this so much. Like, I tabbed this to oblivion. This book is small. It's tiny. The chapters are tiny. But it made me think of so much more about life, because it's basically a story about how this girl, she didn't want to be living anymore, basically. So she like tries to unalive herself. But then once she gets like into the Midnight Library, which is kind of like a purgatory, she like goes through all of these experiences, because each book is like, you know, a version of her life that she, you know, could have had, I guess. But each life turned out to not be like, you know, fulfilling for her. So she kept returning to the library, returning to the library, returning to the library. And it just shows you that like you need to be appreciative of what you have, because you're not going to have another life. And that life isn't going to be as fulfilling because it's going to be missing some parts. Like, every life is not the same. So yes, I really, 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 really suggest this book. And I gave this one 5 stars. Next we have Little White Lies by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is a part of the Debutante series, which I am gonna finish. I gave this book 2 stars because it wasn't like, I don't think I liked it. It was a cute little book. It was fun, but all the other books I've read by her were, I wouldn't say phenomenal, but they were very good. And this one just did not hit the mark for me, but I do recommend it because it is a very quick, fun, and like witty read. Next I read One Summer in Savannah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So this book right here is so good. And it's about this girl whose dad becomes sick and she has to move back to Savannah. But the reason she left Savannah was because of a very traumatic event for her, and she has to go back and face those people's family and her attacker, all of that. But it's so, like, it's such a heartwarming story, because this lady, she's going through a lot of stuff, but her daughter is like the glue that holds everybody together, and it's just a very fun family story. And I gave this 5 stars. Next is a book from the library, which I think I read 4 books from the library this month. Is 4 Treasures of the Sky. I'll put the picture up on the screen. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's the story of the Chinese experience in America during the early aughts. I love that word, so I'm going to use it here. I gave it 5 stars, and I think you need to go read it. I do. Look up the trigger warnings first, because it is a very sad story, because it is somebody's reality. It's fiction, but this stuff happened. It's like something that you read and you're like, oh, that probably happened to somebody, and it's very sad. Next I read City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert, and this book was very, very good. It was slow, but I like the recounting of memories from somebody in their older age to when they were like, you know, a teenager. And it's like a coming of age story, but then at the end you see who she's writing it to, and it's very sweet because the person in the story has a child and she's writing it to that child. Beautiful. Next is another library book. It's Milk Fed by Melissa Border. This book was weird. It was giving My Year of Rest and Relaxation to the T. Like, not the same book, but like the same like odd woman premise. I liked it. I gave it 3 stars because I was so weirded out by it that I was just like, what? It's all over my Pinterest. The book is pretty. I think I'm gonna get a physical copy once I move and I have my like library in my room. So I'm excited for that. Next, I read House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. I didn't like this book, but I gave it 3 stars. I tabbed it. I read it with my friend Kendall. I just do not like the fact that all of her books, like all of her bigger books, you have to wait until right here for the story to get good. I don't like that at all because you're wasting my time. You are, because it's so hyped up. Like, I cannot not read it. Actually, I can because she's problematic. And I found out about that afterward. So, we're gonna. Then I read Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I didn't like this book. It was so outlandish. For this to be a thriller book, there shouldn't... It was just... Yes, 2 stars. 2 stars. That's all I'm going to say. Next, I read Gleaning by Neil Shusterman. I gave this 4 stars. It was really nice to, like, you know, see the background of some of the stories in the side series and, like, build off of some of them and, like, how these people came to be and, like, what happened afterward. I don't know if there's any more books coming, but I will get on my knees and beg for a 4th book in that series. Another library book I read, Our Wives Under the Sea. This book was weird too. It was just like along the lines of Milk Fed, My Year, Rest and Relaxation, Bunny, all of those types of books, like weird, like quirky, eclectic books. This one's about this woman whose wife is I guess it's kind of like a biologist, but she goes into a submarine and they get like lost down there and she turns into a fish. Next, I read If You Could See the Sun. I gave this book 5 stars. This is how you do YA. This right here is how you do YA. Such a good book. Character building, 10. Plot, 10. Everything, dialogue, 10. The little romance, 10. All of it. Go read this book if you want something good to read. And then next, I read The Teacher by Frida McFadden. I gave this 4 stars because I really liked it. I think I'm going to get the physical copy soon, but I read it on Libby. Thank God for Libby. And then I read Throttled by Lauren Asher. I gave this 4 stars as well. This book was so good, y'all. So I went shopping at Home Goods, and I was listening to this, and I was cracking up. Like, and I was, like, giggling, all this stuff. And people were looking at me like, what's she doing? But I really enjoyed this. I ate this up. I did. I'm gonna finish the rest of the series, and actually they're on Libby. Like, they have unlimited copies. Amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then I read The Locked Door by Frida McFadden as well, and I give that 3 stars. I don't really think it was that good, but anything's better than The Coworker, so there's that, and I'm gonna leave it right there on the table. Next, I read Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. This book, y'all, this book and the first one, I both gave 4 stars for the same reason. I loved everything about it. It just fell short. It wasn't a 5-star feeling for me, but I love Piper, and I love Hannah, I love Fox, and I love Brendan. What can I say? Then I read Daisy Hates The Great Undoing. Guys. Okay, I have one more book in the Magnolia Park series, and I'm not gonna be well until they bring out the last one of this, like the Daisy Hates spinoff, I guess. But this right here, it took me a really long time to finish because I was reading it like here and there between books because I'm a mood reader. I'm gonna be honest. But this one, it is the great undoing of my heart as I know it. I'm not gonna get into it because I'm gonna spoil something. Next, I read Shift by Hugh Howey. This is a part of the Silo series, and I read Wool last year, maybe in like October, November, some of them times. But this one goes before, and it kind of tells you how everything happened, because Wool, it was just like they're there and they're dealing with everything that has happened, and then they find out a little bit at the end. But this is like exactly how it happens, why it happened, what's the plan, and I'm really excited to get into Dust afterward. I do recommend this series. It's the Silo series. It actually has a series on Apple TV, which I am gonna watch once I finish all the books, because I don't want anything being spoiled. I gave this 3 stars. Next is Check and Mate. I am reading this right now, but I do think I'll be done with it today, and I don't think I'm gonna pick up any more books for the rest of the month. I'm just gonna relax and knit my sweater, because I'm very excited to, you know, get that done. But this book is very, very sweet so far. I like the little banter. I don't understand chess, but it's not like so chess heavy that you need to know. It kind of like, you know, it drops terms in, but it's not like chess focus. It's just her playing chess against people who also play chess. I don't know. It sounds like it's chess focused, doesn't it? It sounds like I'm lying to you, but no. I do predict this will be a 4-star book for me. I am loving it already, and it's so pretty. Look at it, and look at the back. And also, I got this bookmark this weekend, and it was only $2. It was so cute. So those are all the books that I read this month, and next month I think I'm gonna take it easy. I'll have a video up on my TBR for March, and I don't know. I'm just gonna, it's my birth month, so I'm gonna mood read the whole month and read the books that I want to read, because I've been sticking to my 24 books I want to read in 2024. Actually, hold on. I think all of these books that I read this month were on my, oh, no. This one too. All of these were on my 24 books I want to read in 2024, and I'm getting through it. I have like maybe 4 more books, and then I can go crazy. But I'm getting through them slowly. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you staying this far. Like and subscribe if you want to stay. I really had fun making this one, because I had such a good reading month. And if you stayed this long in the video, comment your favorite book that you read this month. If you didn't read any books, tell me which ones you want to read. Have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you guys later.